The largest group of animals on the earth is of insects. It includes flies, mosquitoes, grasshoppers, butterflies, beetles, and bees that differ in size, shape, color, and many other features. Insects do not have bones. All insects have 3 pairs of legs, that is 6 legs in all, as 1 pair is equal to 2. Most of them have 2 pairs of membranous wings. Membranous is a thin sheet which help them to fly. Insects like butterflies, honeybees, bumblebees get attracted towards fresh flowers. These insects, while visiting a flower, also help in pollination. When insects sit on flowers, pollen grains stick to their legs or wings. As you can see here in the picture, a honeybee is going to visit a flower, and then the pollen grains are sticking to its legs and wings. These are the minute pollen grains, and when it visits another flower, the pollen grains get shed over that flower and hence are transferred to another place. So this process of shifting of pollen grains from one place to another is called pollination. Bees, ants, and termites that live in well-organized colonies are social insects. Honeybee is also a social insect. There are 3 types of bees in a colony of bees. Number 1, there is only one queen bee in a hive. Number 2, the male bees are called drones. They are hundreds in number. Number 3, there are 50,000 to 80,000 worker bees in a beehive which collect nectar. The queen bee is the leader of all of them. Where the queen bee sits, the beehive is supposed to mate on that place only. The queen bee decides the location for the beehive. They build their hives on trees and on the roofs of the old buildings. Honeybees are usually attracted to the sweet-smelling flowers. Such flowers produce a sweet liquid which is called nectar. Honeybees suck nectar from the flowers and carry it to the hive where they live. A beehive consists of many 6-sided chambers called combs. Honeybees store the nectar in these combs and the nectar changes into honey. Honey is collected from a beehive by lighting a fire under it. The heat and the smoke drives the bees out of the hive. The honey collectors then remove the hive and collect the honey stored in it. The rearing and breeding of honeybees for the collection of honey is called apiculture. We get silk from silk moth which grows on the mulberry leaves. The silk moth secretes a liquid which changes into a fine thread. The moth weaves a cover around itself with its thread. This cover is called a cocoon. These cocoons are collected and the silk thread is obtained from them. This way, silk moth is also a useful insect as a honeybee. As you can see, this is a cocoon and the silk moth is inside the cocoon. These cocoons are collected and the silk thread is obtained from them. The rearing or breeding of silkworms for getting silk is called sericulture. The sericulture is shown in this picture. Lac is also a useful insect. Lac insects usually grow on the banyan trees. They secrete a semi-solid substance called lac. The lac obtained from the lac insects is used in paints, varnishes, printing ink, and for making bangles and similar things. The fourth useful insect is the ladybird beetle. As you can see here in the clipping, it is shown that how a ladybird beetle eats a large number of pests, the pests that are harmful for the plants. It eats the pest and hence useful for the farmers. So the four useful insects studied so far are the honeybee, silk moth, lac insect and ladybird beetle. Let us move to the harmful insects. Number 1 is the house. Houseflies sit on garbage or animal excreta. They gather germs on their feet and bodies. When these flies sit on any food item, the germs are passed on that food. And when the humans consume such infected food or water, diseases like diarrhea, cholera and jaundice are spread by the houseflies. That is why it is always advisable never to eat uncovered food, as it is likely to have germs in it. As you can see here in the clipping, how the housefly is excreting the germs out of its body. The second harmful insect is the mosquito. Mosquitoes spread the diseases through bites. Diseases like malaria and dengue are spread through mosquitoes. When a mosquito bites a sick person, it sucks the infected blood. And when this mosquito bites a healthy person, it transfers the germs of the disease into the blood of that person. Some types of mosquitoes spread some types of diseases. Like malaria is spread by the bite of female Anopheles mosquito and dengue is spread by the Aedes mosquito. Some blood-sucking insects are wingless called fleas. As you can see, this person is affected by the bubonic plague. It is done by the flea that is found on the rats and the rodents. This is a very dangerous disease. Now let us talk about the stinging insects. Bees and wasps are the main examples for that. A sting is located at the back of the insect and it is often poisonous and causes pain and redness in the skin. As you can see here in the clipping, how a wasp is going to attack its enemy by the sting located at the back. So housefly, mosquito, fleas and the stinging insects are the harmful insects. Now let us talk about the spider. Spider is not an insect because it has 8 legs, whereas the insects have only 6 legs. Spider secrete a liquid from its mouth which changes into a very thin thread when it comes in the contact with the air. It weaves this thread into a web. The thread is so fine and so thin that the insects cannot see the web and they get trapped in this web and are eaten by the spider. We can get rid of the harmful insects by the use of natural methods or by using chemicals like insecticides or pesticides. Similarly, dried neem leaves can be kept in the clothes and we can apply neem oil or kerosene oil on the wooden furniture. Farmers sometimes also use insecticides and pesticides for saving the crops. Hence, this was all for insects chapter. We have studied so far about the useful insects as well as the harmful insects. Stay tuned for the next video. Till then, bye bye.